This video covers notes 3-1 of our Unit 3, which is all about functions and relations. So a lot of graphing in this one. So to start, we're going to review what a coordinate plane is. This is just a plane divided into 4 sections. That is used for graphing. Those sections have a fancy name, the quadrants. So we'll get to those in a second, but when you have a graph, a plane, and you divide it into 4 sections, those sections are called quadrants. So every time we have a coordinate plane, this is what it looks like. We always have 2 lines that meet in the middle. So this spot right here is called the origin. The very middle where those 2 lines meet. The quadrants, we start in the upper right and quadrant 1, and these are labeled with Roman numerals, so it looks like an I, but it's a 1. Then we go counterclockwise, so we'll go over to the left for quadrant 2, down for quadrant 3, and then over to the right for quadrant 4. When you're asked for quadrants, you do need to use the Roman numerals. So we start in the upper right and we actually go counterclockwise. We do, one thing that might help you is when you go around it makes a C for coordinate plane. The x-axis is the horizontal x-axis, and the y-axis is the vertical axis. The reason we split this into 4 sections is so that we can have ordered pairs. Ordered pairs always give your x-coordinate first, and then your y-coordinate, a comma in between, and we write them in parentheses. Whether you're writing them or graphing them, the x goes first. When you graph them, the x-coordinate tells you to go right if it's positive, or left if it's negative. The y-coordinate tells you to go up if it's positive, or down if it's negative. So in this case, we already have the points for us, and we just have to write their ordered pairs and which quadrant or axis it's on. So when I look at A, you're going to always start back at the origin. You always start at origin 0, 0. We count left or right first. For A, we're going left, 1, 2, 3. So your x-coordinate is -3, and then we're counting up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So -3, 4 is the ordered pair for point A. That is in quadrant 2. Again, use the Roman numeral 2. We go back to the origin for B. We're going right 2, so that's +2, and down 3, so -3 for my y value. That is in quadrant 4. For C, we do not go left or right, so we put a 0 for the x, and we just go up 2. So 0, 2 is the ordered pair for C. That is not in a quadrant, that is on the y-axis. So even though it asks for a quadrant, if it's on an axis, you put which axis it is on. Point D, we're going right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our x is 7, and then up 1. So 7, 1, we are in quadrant 1. For E, we start by going left, 1, 2, 3, 4, so -4 since we went left, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so -6 since we went down. E is in quadrant 3. And finally, F, we go left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So -5 is my X. I do not go up or down, so it's a 0. Make sure you put the 0 in there. That is not on a quadrant, that is on the x-axis. So again, ordered pairs always go X first, which is left or right, and then Y, which is up or down. Remembering that your axis start with 1 and then go counterclockwise, 2, 3, and 4. We have two types of graphs that we'll be looking at in Unit 3. We have something called a discrete graph and a continuous graph. I'm actually going to talk about the continuous graph first because that one is a little bit easier to understand. Continuous means it never stops. All right, there are no breaks, a graph with no breaks. The easiest way to describe this is if you start on the very left of your graph and trace it, you would never have to pick up your pencil. A discrete graph is like what we have right up here. It's a bunch of ordered pairs all over the place. Now, it doesn't have to be that, okay? Any graph with a break is considered a discrete graph. So at least one, a graph with a break, or it could be multiple breaks. So for instance, right up here, this is considered a discrete graph because it's just ordered pairs everywhere. They're not connected. So you would have to pick up your pencil to get to each different ordered pair.